It's so crazy. So a couple days ago was the first time either on the YouTube channel or on Patreon that I made any mention at all of Ozzy Osbourne when I reacted to Jack Black's Mr. Crowley. I ended up in that reaction pulling up the video of Ozzy singing the same song and kind of compared their tones, which were really similar, by the way, which is really interesting. But I made a note at that time. I was like, okay, we have got to break down some Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne for the channel. And now, in the recent news of him passing yesterday, it's really timely to go for it, and so we can celebrate his art. And that's what my channel is about. Is like I like to break down amazing performances, new music. I like to get in there. I've been a music producer, vocal instructor for a long time. So I like to get in there and break down all the awesome things I'm hearing that make this thing great, why we all love it. So we're going to do that today in celebrating Ozzy and Black Sabbath with breaking down the official video from that 1970s Belgium performance of Paranoid. So we're going to do that today. And as I said, my name's Tim. Just to introduce myself, I'm a vocal instructor. I've been teaching voice for 25 years. I have an awesome team that teaches with me in the Manhattan, tri-state, Philadelphia area. We do in-person lessons out here, but we have students online all over the world. So that's my website here. If you need any vocal coaching, link is down in the description, okay? All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's listen to it and just break down what makes this so great. I mean, by and large, you could definitely say Black Sabbath was maybe one of the first or the first like true heavy metal rock band that ever lived or is ever out there. So I mean, there's so much to this. All right, let's check them out. I haven't seen this, by the way. I know the song, obviously. I haven't seen this video. Ah. It's so raw. Woo! All right, let's stop for a second and talk about this. Wow. It's so fun hearing this. You know, I listen to so much music on the channel, and actually, I just broke down yesterday. I've just started opening up to doing some of these throwback performances. I did A Whole Lot of Love for the community over on Patreon, and it's so fun listening to these throwback recordings because they're just so raw. You know, there's not all of that 2025 studio like magic on it. It's just like raw instruments. So good. So interesting thing about this song, like this song was written for, like they wrote it last minute to as like filler on the album. Like they kind of whipped it up quickly, which is so funny. And it was like one of their biggest songs. I mean, look, this has 333 million views on it from back. And it was like uploaded, 9 years ago. So crazy. So, listening to this, like I think about in watching this, I'm looking at these guys so young. And I'm thinking about how, all of these sort of people at the front, like starting movements almost, and listening to the way, like the energy and the drive. And it's like we have metal. We're so used to having metal in our lives that it's crazy to think about a world where we didn't have this type of sound, and that these guys were a part of it coming into our collective consciousness. It's wild. So let's break it down a little bit. What makes this so interesting, right? First of all, that guitar lick is just so badass, right? And something funny, guitar player, he had an injury, a finger injury, and cut off the tips of his fingers, and he had a tough time playing guitar. So a part of this sound, the whole concept, it's kind of like how life influences art. He had to adapt his style of play so that to make the strings easier to press down, he wore, I guess, these thimbles on his fingers, and they down-tuned the guitar so that the strings had less resistance and he could push them down a little easier, which now it's such a normal thing to tune your guitar down in rock and heavy metal. But isn't it interesting that that was where that sound came from? So if we listen to the mix, we've got that sort of palm-muted downstrumming, that sort of staccato happening in one ear. It's really doubled. It's interesting. We've got it in the right ear panned and in the left ear. The one in the right ear is a little shorter and staccato. The one in the left ear has a little more body to it, and it has a little more sustain to it. There's not a ton of, which is, it makes sense, right? Because it was 1970. There's not a ton of like low end bass on it yet. This was back in when the recordings didn't have that full, like fit down to 50 hertz all the way up to like 15,000 hertz. It did, the human ear hears from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. But back in the day, the capturing microphones and mixing, we couldn't get the full spectrum of the sound, and we didn't need to because speakers couldn't play the full 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And nowadays, most of them still can't either, but they definitely play more low end than they used to. It's interesting. We're going to talk about his singing too. All right, so yeah, we got to talk about his singing now. Very interesting, and it's been fun looking at it. It was interesting me looking at the Mr. Crowley that I checked out a couple days ago. Thinking about him being sort of the founder of like heavy metal. He doesn't sing very gritty for the most part. If you really think about it, like think about his tone quality compared to some of the heavy metal artists of the day, or even some heavy metal artists from, like I reacted to Opeth. Like they're not like, even though they're current now, like they're from years ago, and they sing with a lot of like grit and then normal singing too, right? He's pretty much, the way he's singing is straight down the middle. Da 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 da. There, and it's, so what does that mean? Like, what is he not doing? He's not activating the false chords a lot. Yeah, like that type of a sound. He does have some of it, and we'll look at that. But for the most part, he's just singing with a lot of adduction of the vocal folds. Clean vocal fold closure is what that means, as opposed to like, as opposed to like a huskiness to his tone. It's very cutting. It's very brassy. It's very matter of fact. It's kind of like Tobias Forge a little bit nowadays from the band Ghost. He sings very just fronted and matter of fact. There's a little more punkiness in Ozzy's tone, though. Like there's almost like that sort of bratty, like da 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 da, kind of like this like screw you type of energy, like this kind of right in your face energy with Ozzy, as opposed to Tobias is a little more artsy and throwback 80s, and But anyway. Listen for his vocal tone quality, the brassiness. There's no effects on it, So it's so matter of fact. Da 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 da. It's just so matter of fact. It's so raw. There's no frills. He's not putting any extra stuff on the way he's singing it here. The microphone sounds like it has some like slap back delay, which is like, it almost gives it that sound like you're in a stadium effect. It's like the signal happens and then the voice is immediately repeated after it. But as far as his singing goes, it's just fronted. It's like conversational. It's energetic. It really has like a punk, like it makes me think of like punk vocals where it's just, there's no extra stuff on it. Very matter of fact. Even his face is just da da da. Like he's not doing anything extra. So there's a little grit there. Ah! In my right ear, that the tightness of that palm muted staccato downstrum is just so it's just so badass and tight. Listen. So much energy. You know, something else that's so interesting about this is, like, as I'm listening to it, like that little thing I was just talking about, it sounds a little teeny weeny bit out of tempo. Like it's a little not perfectly in the, it's a little imperfect. And I love that. Like it's very rare these days with, you know, all the stuff I'm reacting to that is just so pristine in the post-production work that's done nowadays with our 2025 standards. You'll never hear anything like that, where it just sounds a little bit like there are a couple moments where it's like that eighth note was a little bit behind and the next one was too. And then we got back on track, you know, like you don't really hear that a lot anymore in music. And it's very human. Like this sounds very human. And I just feel with all the AI music and stuff that's happening, like we're going to push, there will be a counterculture pushback. And it's like, you know, just like raw, people just capturing music and sharing it, you know. Oh, it's so good. All right, let's keep going. I have so many thoughts. I'm stopping a lot. The drive of the song. Oh, that solo. Oh, I love this. You will laugh, I will cry. Oh, another thing about this melody. I love syncopation, and syncopation is a big part of why this melody is so interesting. Because there's not much to it melodically, if you think about it. Like, we don't have a big sweeping, there's not a lot of sweeping shape to the melody. We're not grabbing, there's no, like, little sticky hook, per se. My little soda pop, like that. Like the K-pop Demon Hunters I've been reacting to. Oh, my God. Talk about hook writing. I can't believe I'm mentioning K-pop Demon Hunters in a Black Sabbath reaction. But, hey, like, it's hook writing, right? This is not like it is. You could say it's a hook because you leave the song and you're like, like that's in your mind. But what makes it catchy is kind of what I think about. It's the syncopation. Syncopation. What is syncopation? Here's the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Syncopation is when you have something accenting, like the melody is being accented on the offbeat. Like, in other words, the melody's happening and accenting when my hands are open. Da 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 da. Notice how much syncopation is in the main hook of the song here. Da 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 da. It's like that boom ba boom ba 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 ba. That offbeatness is so interesting. Syncopation is the thing, and it's just so simple and clever and catchy. Hear that? I also love that boom, 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 boom. It's just subtle little things. Like, there's not a lot to this song, but everything that there is perfect. That little bass, listen to that little bass walk up right there. Walk up, it's like a arpeggio, really. Right here. But that little, I love that. Same thing. It's so tight. God, I feel like I could have listened. Oh my God, Heart Barracuda. I got to check that. I haven't reacted to that on the channel either. God, they would be fun. Oh man. So Ozzy's voice, you know, like when he goes up to that higher part, I don't know if I can find it. So here the thing, like pretty straightforward, and that's, you know, I think about singing a lot in that way, and it's like there's so many different ways that people use their voices to express what they want to express. And what I find really interesting is like just how pure he was here. You know, there was no frills at all. It's just raw sound expression, you know. No affectations. There's no some yes or ahs or like all of the like flashy stuff now that you know can happen in metal, right? It can happen in like rock singing in general. There's none of that. This is just like it's just like straight down the middle, matter of fact. It's like, and I think about singing all the time in this context of what makes great singing. Is it all the like bells and whistles and stuff and all the like the cool grit here and being able to do like the deepest death growl and be able to sing the highest note and be able to like riff and, you know, being able to sing clean and sing metal at the same time. And, you know, there's all these people doing these amazing vocal things in the world of music right now. But what makes great singing? It's not always those things. That makes great vocal technique or interesting vocal technique, but what truly makes great singing is singing that is appropriate for the expression of whatever it is that's being expressed. And that's it, you know, like people, what makes us love an artist and what makes us love a song is that we're moved by the artist and that we're moved by the song emotionally. That's it. Whether it makes us, like this song is just like so much energy, just passion. It's like, makes me want to lift weights or jump around. It's like so it resonates some energy like that. But that's why this song has 333 million views. It gets you going, you know, and so it doesn't need anything else vocally. It's enough, right? So if you're a musician, just keep that in mind that you only need to do what you need to do to express the song to people and move people. And I just love the raw purity in his vocal delivery. You know, not a lot of false chord grit, not a lot of experimentation with tone quality, just raw matter of fact. Here's my voice. Here are the words. If you like it, great. If not, I don't care. Like da da da. You're just so confident. You know, just raw and confident. I love it. I love it. Like we could all learn from this. You know, just like, you know, music doesn't need as much. It just needs raw humanness in it, you know? I'm going to miss having him in the world, but I'm so grateful that we get to celebrate him together. And let me know any of your favorite Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne songs. I'm happy to check them out. I'm opening up to more. I've only started doing reacting about 13 months ago, but I'm open to the idea of doing more of these throwback, you know, breaking these things down, especially because a lot of my, you know, my followers on the channel are a bit younger. So it's almost like I get to bring some of these old classics and shine light on them and celebrate them with you all for some of the up and coming humans in the world. You know, there's so much to celebrate here with original raw music from back in the day. Anyway, if you watch this far, thanks for checking it out and sending a lot of love and support out to those of you who are hardcore fans of Ozzy and Black Sabbath. And if you're going through emotion today on his passing, thinking about you all. And please just let's celebrate him in the comments. Leave any thoughts and any things that you want to say. Fun facts. I love fun facts about artists. So anyway, I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.